My God, mowing the lawn is getting to be so hard these days. I wonder how I'll do it now. Oh yeah, that's right. I got one of those. This, my friends, is Yarbo, the world's first remote-controlled and autonomous lawnmower. What sets this video apart from the rest? You can tell by the scratches and the grass all over this thing with the mud. We've actually used this. We've been using the Yarbo for about 2 months now. Now, just like we do with every machine, we're going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the Yarbo. Now, if you can't tell, this is one impressive robot. I mean, honestly, from tracks to a modular system that allows you to mow, has a leaf blower, a lawn sprinkler, snow blower, and a weed eater attachment. This is a complete solution for most people. Oh my God, I forgot to mow the lawn.
It's too late now, I can't go back.
Good thing I got a Yarbo. The best part about having a robot lawnmower is it doesn't matter where you are, you can always send it out to mow for you. And it's quiet enough that you can mow at night without disturbing your neighbors. This is probably going to be the most honest review of the Yarbo you have ever seen. I've seen plenty of other creators make content about the Yarbo, and what's always stuck out to me is how their Yarbo always looks clean and pristine, like they've never used it. Or how about they just took it out of the box, ran it through their yard long enough to get the actual footage. Well, this is the only video I know of that you can see it's been put to use. It looks beat up and marked up like it's actually been out here doing work. So as you can see, I have the Yarbo moving into position to start mowing my lawn. And look, Ma, no hands. So here's the Yarbo in action. That's the real sound, and the blades are going right now. You can actually hear them. They just got caught on a branch. We have not cleaned up the yard. We have not done anything. We're just letting the Yarbo work. This is the area that we have had the Yarbo working. It's just over an acre of land. Now, we have some trees, some bushes, yes, even an electric meter, all kinds of obstacles, and I did not do any of the no-go zones when I was setting up the Yarbo. To do this area, 1 acre or a little over an acre, takes Yarbo about 3.5 hours to cut. Now, the reason I got the Yarbo is because, as longtime viewers of my channel know, I'm not in the best of health. As a matter of fact, I'm not in very good health. And the ALZ in SoAlz stands for Alzheimer's. Yet this little machine allows me to continue to mow my grass without having to depend on anybody or without having to pay anybody to come do it for me. It does the work itself. Thing is, with the Yarbo, I've had some good experiences with it, as in it cuts my lawn amazingly. I've had some bad experiences with it, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. I want you guys to hear just how quiet that is. It's kind of cool, actually. It's literally just going through and sensing what's in front of it, because this has cameras on the front, the side, you can see it right there, and in the back. There are actually 2 cameras on the front and the back. And that means you can always see what's going on with your Yarbo. Now, I will tell you, one of the things that I don't like is that when Yarbo is mowing, as in autonomous mowing, you can't watch the cameras as it's going. That's a feature I wish it would have, because then you can see if it's in trouble or if it's caught up in an area, you can actually see what's going on with it. And honestly, my lawn has never looked better. I've always wanted those beautiful lines like that, and I could never achieve it. But this little mower doing all the work for me just makes it look so easy. Overall, my experiences with Yarbo have been very, very positive. The machine works beautifully. It cuts my grass like, well, better than I could ever do it. Also, and this might mean something to you guys, the actual customer service people that you talk to, they're human beings, for one. They answer the phone, for two, but they're extremely helpful, especially the tech support line, which I had to call every single day for 6 consecutive days. When I tell you that this data center was a pain in the butt to install, believe me, it was a pain in the butt to install. That includes drilling a hole through my house to run the line. Another thing that they don't tell you is that when you initially set up that data center, you have to reinstall the data center in the app. That's not covered in the instruction manual, and I had to call customer service after spending about 6 or 7 hours trying to get the data center to work. I moved it off of my house into the center of my yard. I tried different connections on my router, thinking that all of those were the issue because the instruction manual does not mention anywhere about that reinstalling that data center. Also, I had an issue where this antenna fell off while it was mowing. And where it fell off, somewhere in here, there's absolutely nothing for the Yarbo to get caught on, but the antenna fell off anyway. And that took nearly 2 weeks to resolve because they originally sent me just this bottom piece, which I didn't need because it was still there. I needed this. I actually had to send them pictures of this just not being there and then telling them that they hadn't sent the antenna for me to get an antenna. It was a pretty big hassle, to be honest with you. What makes the experience even worse is that the first day I got the new antenna and put it on, the same thing happened. So I ended up taking some Loctite, putting it on the threads of the antenna, tightening it down, and making sure that that does not ever happen again. Now, that could just be a one-off. It could just be my machine that did that, but it is something that I would advise you guys to do regardless. It also takes the Yarbo about 3 hours to charge. So if you have large land, like I've got 6 acres here that I normally cut, even though they say that Yarbo can do it or whatever, it's not going to be done in a day. It's probably going to take you 2 to 3 days to get that whole area done. And that brings me to my other pain point. And that is to get Yarbo to mow an area, you have to physically go into the app, hit the mapping, and take over the controls of the Yarbo. Then you have to walk the entire perimeter, then go in and set up your no-go zones if you're gonna do them. Full disclosure here, I didn't set up any because the Yarbo is smart enough to figure it out for itself. That being said, it still took me over half an hour to get Yarbo to go around just the perimeter. And it took about 10 to 15% of the battery life just to do that. So if you've got 6 hours or 6 acres like I do, you're going to need to do it in multiple stages, multiple different areas, just to give the Yarbo time. Also, another thing they don't tell you in the instruction manual, when you're doing the mapping for the Yarbo, you can't take your finger off of the controller, or else you have to start all over again. Now they say that that data center needs 40 feet of clearance and 180 degrees of clear sky. Well, that's what my Yarbo data center has around it. We gave it a little over 260 degrees of clear line of sight. Yet from my house there to my driveway, which is a little over 100 feet, the Yarbo loses signal. So this acreage on my property cannot be mapped out by Yarbo or by the data center, whichever it is, because it's too far away. So when you're mapping things out in the app, just get used to not being able to see the Yarbo at all. The area that they give you is extremely small, maybe at best a half acre. So to do my entire front lawn, I was basically doing it blind, hoping and praying that it worked. Fortunately enough, it did. Also, this is the disaster scene you can look forward to if you put Yarbo in grass, as this is what it will do over time to your lawn in front of the docking station. Now, here's something about Yarbo that most people may not tell you. This thing actually learns your yard. So after you set the perimeter up, I did not put in any no-go zones or don't mow zones or whatever they call it. I just set Yarbo out there and I said, do work, son. And it has learned where this tree is and that bush is, and it's managed to mow around them beautifully. And it doesn't go all the way up to the edge of them, but that's only about 4, maybe 5 inches, and I can take care of that with a weed eater, no problem, if I want to. So this is what it looks like when you're using the Yarbo app and Yarbo is cutting. You can zoom in, but you actually have to go try to find Yarbo on it. You zoom in enough, it's actually pretty easy to see. Overall, the app isn't terrible. It's pretty easy to use, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So these are the blades on the bottom of the Yarbo. This is what actually cuts your grass. They look more like little razor blades than your traditional mower blades. And those little discs that are there, they've been known to break. So that is something that you need to be aware of, because Yarbo's kind of limited as far as what you can do. You can also see that area next to those discs does get caked up with grass and branches and whatnot. Whatever's in your yard will find its way there. Again, those discs, easy to replace. There's only 4 screws to them, but it is something that you need to be made aware of. Unlike the traditional mower, which has those full size blades, more traditional, they create a vortex that lift up the grass and make the grass cut more evenly than what you're going to get with the Yarbo. Now, the Yarbo Pro, which is their new version, does not have these discs or these little razor blades. They have replaced those with a more traditional size or style lawnmower blade that's going to cut your grass even better than what this version of the Yarbo does. And yeah, I hope that that's something that they can roll out later on to all versions of the Yarbo, to have this style become the norm on their system, because it is a better style. I know what you're all dying to see. You want to see the Yarbo in action. To tell you that this is one of the most, if not the most impressive machine I have ever used would be an understatement. I love this tool. It's amazing. Sorry, I fell down right there. Not only has it given me one less thing to worry about, that is going out and mowing my yard. And I've got a big yard, so it does take some time. It's also allowed me more time to spend with my family, doing some of the things that I want to do. It has even allowed me to go to the gym and get in a little better shape. And how much is that worth to you? This product is not for everybody. Yarbo is an expensive machine. It's for those people that value their time and what they can do more than doing a chore around the house. I've loved Yarbo. I think Yarbo is amazing. I hope people buy it, not because I get a commission from it, because I don't. I just love the machine.
I want to see people take that next step in their home to make things better for them. Give back to your family, give back to your time. So enjoy Yarbo cutting at 10x speed. I hope you like the product. I know I do.
Well, I was sitting on the porch just sipping sweet tea, watching that sun beat down on my old oak tree. The grass was growing wild tall as a freight train, mocking my boots, calling out my name. Then I heard a low hum like a diesel soft purr. Saw those wide tracks rolling through the dirt and blur. No sweat on my brow, no sweat on my face. That Yarbo was rolling in, taking over my place. It don't care about slopes, it don't mind the sticks. It rolls through the sticks and it don't need no fix. Day and night, rain or shine, the big bad mower's working just fine. I've got a great big Yarbo cutting through the night. I've got a great big Yarbo, what a beautiful sight. Yarbo my lawn like a boss with tracks, keeps dial and it look back. Oh. Old man Jenkins, he stopped by with a squint and a grin. Said, boy, what kind of beast you got mowing the wind? I said, that's my Yarbo, the king of the yard. It don't need no gas, no cords or guard. From Monday morning till Sunday night, it's cutting that grass just right, all tight. Stripes like a racetrack, clean as a whistle, rolling through weeds like a yard's missile. I used to sweat in the summer heat, now I'm kicking back, enjoying my seat. That Yarbo don't stop, it's my pride and joy. A mowing machine and a blue-collar toy. I've got a great big Yarbo cutting through the night. I've got a great big Yarbo, what a beautiful sight. Yarbo my lawn like a Boston fair, making my lawn the sun. Yeah, Yarbo, it ain't got no lift, but it sure has some pride. Rolls with attitude, clean edges on the side. The app's a little rough, but it's learning the ropes. When it's done with my yard, you'll be filled with hopes. Blade sharp as razors, tracks tough as steel. The best darn mower with that robot feel. Neighbors look over, jaws hit the ground. When Yarbo's on patrol, it's the best mower around. No pulling, no pushing, just sit back and relax. That Yarbo's got your lawn covered from front to the backs. Rain or shine, dusk or dawn, this mower is a legend rolling on and on. I've got a great big Yarbo cutting through the night. I got a great big Yarbo, what a beautiful sight. Yarbo with its lead shining bright, mowing that grass till the stars say goodnight. Yarbo. I was sitting on the porch just sipping sweet tea, watching that sun beat down on the old oak tree. Grass was rising tall like a was mocking me, looking like a jumbo where my lawn used to be. Then a rumble came low like a distant freight train, tracks rolling steady cutting through the plain. No sweat on my brow, no toil or fuss. That Yarbo rolled up and it worked like a bus. He don't mind the rocks, the sticks or the dirt, climbs every hill like it's wearing a shirt. Rain or shine, dusk or dawn, that machine's a legend mowing on and on. I've got a great big Yarbo cutting through the night. I've got a great big Yarbo, what a beautiful sight. Yarbo mowing like a boss with tracks. Keeps dialed and it don't look back. Yarbo, neighbor Joe holler, what's that beast bolts on my grass? In my Yarbo, you can kiss my ass. No gas tank, no tank, no push to trip and fall. Just humming and cutting the best mower of all. Mow Monday morning to Sunday, slide and roll by. No tire, keeps the edges tight. Used to sweat buckets in the summer heat, backs in the summer heat. Now I kick back, sip whiskey, watch it beat. No more back breaking, no more fuss. Yarbo's got my back and it's cutting with trust. I got a great bang, all cutting through the night. Got a great big Yarbo, oh what a beautiful sight. Oh, these lines like Augusta Fair, making my lawn the talk of the car. Yarbo, That tank may be small, but it's mean as a snake. Rolls with attitude, never makes a mistake. The absolute quirky, that's the honest truth. But it's smarter than most, and it's got the proof. Blade spin sharp, tracks grip the ground. It's the best darn mower that I ever found. Tired about slopes or sticks in the way. It's the best darn mower that I ever found. It don't care about slopes or sticks in the way. Mows all night long or through the day. Silent as a whisper, tough as steel. Yarbo's got the power and the will to deal.